Welcome to this year's edition of the BOOKTUBEATHON wrap-up. My name is Alex, and I'm going to share with you the books I read last week. So there were 7 challenges last week, and I did mostly none of them. However, I did read quite a few books, so I'm excited to share them with you. First off, I read Lumberjanes, Beware the Kitten Holy, which was awesome. I am so excited to continue on with this comic series. The art was colorful and beautiful, and I don't know what I was expecting, but it was not this, but I loved every moment of what I was reading. It was awesome, and I cannot wait to continue reading it. The next book I read this week was Zeta the Space Girl, and this was also really cute, and I loved Zeta, our main character, and she goes on an adventure to save her friend Ben, I think is his name, or it might be Thomas. His name is Joseph. And this is the first book in, I think there's 4 of them, but it was a really cute read, and I don't regret reading it. The next book I read was Amulet, the Stone Keeper, which also didn't realize what it was about, but I fell in love with it. And it made me cry in the first 10 pages, so you know it's got that going for it. And there's a little bit of blue. So while I didn't read the book that I intended for the challenge to read a book with blue on the cover, this definitely qualifies. Actually, as do most of the books that I read. I then read the Titan's Curse graphic novel for the challenge Read a Book Without Letting Go of It. And it was, it's a pretty short graphic novel. I've read this book, I've read this series before. I'd never read a graphic novel version, so I thought I would check it out because I'm always looking for good graphic novels. And it was pretty good. The next book I read was Nimona by Noelle Stevenson. And let me just give you a little clue into your life. If you haven't read Nimona, you need to, because it is amazing. Your main character right here, that's Nimona. She's the sidekick of the villain, and this is the hero. And you know what, I know something? The sidekick is definitely an awesome character. I mean, I would want to be her friend. That's how cool she is. I was really excited to read this book, and in fact, this was my challenge. This was the book I read for the I'm really excited to read this book challenge. So I checked that one off my list as well. I picked up another book. This was the challenge for the book I most recently acquired, and it is The League of Regrettable Superheroes. And while I did not finish it, as you can tell from my hairy hair, I got a little over halfway. This turned out to be a book that you more sit down and read a couple funny anecdotes about a couple funny characters that didn't really make it into the spotlight in the comic world, rather than a sit down and read it all through. So I ended up reading this book a little bit every day over the course of the week. And I didn't finish it, but I'm okay with it because I will continue to read this book until I do, because there is some funny stuff going on in these pages. And the last book I read this past week was The Young Elites by Marie Lu, and I actually didn't finish this one either. Currently I have this much left, which is nothing at all, and I was debating whether or not I wanted to finish the book or make the video, but I felt that in true BOOKTUBEATHON form, that maybe I will film this video and then finish the book. It was a hard choice. It was a very hard choice. So far, I love it. I've read this book in 2 days. The only challenges I didn't complete were read a book with an author that has the same first letter of their last name as you. And I started that book and decided didn't want to read that book. Did not ever want to read that book. The other challenge that I didn't do was read somebody else's favorite book. And unfortunately, I didn't get to it, but I plan on reading it this month because it looks really good. The last challenge was to read 7 books. And while I didn't totally read 7 books, I started 7 books. I read most of number 6 and half of number 7. So that's like I've read 6.5 books. Yep. So I did really well this week. I hope that those that participated in the BOOKTUBEATHON this year had a lot of fun, enjoyed whatever challenges they did, and were successful in their reading. That is all from me today, and I will see you when I see you. Bye!